Good morning, America. Flash floods and thunder snow. Roads flooded, cars submerged, people rescued. With more rain on the way tonight as strong winds and lake effect snow slam the Northeast and thunder snow in Pennsylvania. More on the way. Ginger is tracking the latest.
New details on the devastating ski resort fire that left at least 40 dead and more than 100 injured.
People was working on everybody, trying to escape.
As we learn more about what happened and hear from one of the survivors, Tom Sufi Burridge live on the scene in Switzerland.
New York City's new era.
I was elected as a democratic socialist, and I will govern as a democratic socialist.
Zoran Mamdani officially sworn in as the city's mayor. The challenges ahead. Aaron Katursky with the latest this morning.
Murder mystery in Ohio. A dentist and his wife shot dead.
He's laying next to his bed, off of his bed in his blood.
Their children found alive inside the home. What happened and what we know right now.
Changing course, what the Trump administration just announced about tariffs, the products affected, and what it means for your wallet.
Flu cases spiking after holiday gatherings and travel, why the new variant is causing such concern, and how to stay safe. Dr. Sutton breaks it down.
Plus, are you ready for some football?
Ole Miss is on to the college football playoff semifinal.
The college football playoff semifinals are set as we head into the final weekend of the NFL regular season. Seattle versus San Fran, Carolina versus Tampa, the storylines to watch.
And America the Beautiful heads to Arkansas, the natural state, home to the world-famous hot springs. And music royalty Johnny Cash.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
And this morning, get ready to go inside the magnificent Crater of Diamonds and shine into the weekend as we say, good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Friday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Thank you for joining us on this Friday. I am Will Reeve, glad to be here finishing out the week with my friends Mary Bruce and ESPN's Malika Andrews. Been a whole lot of fun all week long.
It's been a lot of fun, and it's a whole lot of sports this weekend. So many football fans, right, getting ready for the college playoffs here. 4 teams set, including Ole Miss, continuing the really incredible, magical run here. Finished off an amazing comeback against Georgia. That's all in the wake of their head coach quitting before the playoffs, so details there. And Ginger, of course, is here with the NFL forecast for this weekend.
And Ginger is also tracking the weather affecting millions this morning. We're seeing whiteout conditions and bitter cold in the east. Wind chills in single digits across much of the region.
Plus, the west is facing even more rain, and so Ginger has made it her way to the desk here with the latest. Ginger, good morning to you.
Good morning. So you see those pictures, you say, yeah, they got a lot of rain, but San Diego had more than 2 inches, which is more than they get in a month in one day. So that was a big deal for San Diego, but they were not alone. There were several places where there were water rescues. The pictures here show at least 11 people were rescued in San Diego by the fire department alone.
From blinding snow in the east to flash floods in the west, the new year is kicking off with extremes on both coasts. Flash flooding led to multiple rescues in San Bernardino County, California. Some cars fully submerged. Streams of mud flowing over barriers that were set up to protect areas with burn scars from recent wildfires. In Sherman Oaks, a soaked hillside unleashing a wall of mud into a backyard. And for the 137th Rose Parade in Pasadena, rain for the first time in 20 years.
Welcome to the 2026 Rose Parade, happening in the rain, but that doesn't dampen the spirits in Pasadena.
Nearly 1.5 inches of rain falling at the Rose Bowl. Workers sweeping the flooded fields with squeegees. ESPN's Pat McAfee looking stunned by the buckets of rain. Stadium crew attempting to cover seats with towels. And here in the Northeast, people waking up to bitter cold, and for some, snow.
Some parts, you basically couldn't see in front of you.
In western Pennsylvania, thunder snow on New Year's Eve. Parts of western New York seeing as much as 3 feet of snow just this week. The Buffalo Bills getting at least a half foot on their field, asking fans to help them shovel ahead of their final game at Highmark Stadium.
By the way, if you do go out to Highmark and shovel, you get $20 an hour plus food and hot beverages. So good deal. It's going to be really cold, though, while you're doing that shoveling. So please be careful. Buffalo wind chill this morning is 7. Washington, D.C. is sub-freezing. New York City in the teens again. Chicago, some improvement from yesterday. They were in the single digits. Now they're up to double digits at 10. But we do have a lot of warming. By next week here in New York, we'll be talking about temperatures in the 40s. So there is some thawing to come. Now we have to go to the West Coast, though, because the rounds of rain that are coming through also have high wind. And so those high wind advisories are in place along the coast for gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Half Moon Bay, around the Bay Area, all the way up through Eureka and Fort Bragg. That's where we anticipate some of the heaviest rain totals, too. To come by Monday, we're talking about up to a half foot of rain. Malika.
It's been a wet winter out in California. Ginger, thank you. We turn now to a developing news on the tragic New Year's fire at a Swiss ski resort that's left dozens dead, more than 100 injured. And many families are still searching for their loved ones. Foreign correspondent Tom Soufi-Burridge is on the scene in Switzerland for us with the latest. Tom, good morning.
Good morning, Malika. Yeah, you can see the tributes here. The Constellation Bar is just down the road beyond those red and white barriers. Swiss officials say their investigation into the fire is at an early stage, but we're now hearing eyewitness accounts from survivors who survived that deadly inferno. This morning, dramatic eyewitness accounts emerging of that devastating inferno inside a Swiss bar where around 40 young people died at a New Year's party. Videos showing the venue's ceiling on fire, the flames quickly spreading. This video showing the start of the fire with flames spreading. One man trying to put them out with what appears to be a piece of clothing. Around 115 injured in the blaze, officials saying most of them in a serious condition. People screaming as they desperately try and escape. Victoria telling us she was one of the first to spot the flames and get out.
It was like a horror movie. People on fire were breaking windows and falling out of the windows.
Victoria, one of multiple eyewitnesses who say giant sparklers carried through the venue with orders of champagne were held very close to the ceiling just before it was set alight. Those type of celebratory sparklers which are placed on expensive drinks orders clearly visible in this promotional video published online previously by the bar. Swiss officials say it is too early to determine what caused the fire, but they believe it was an accident.
It was so quick. I remember the ceiling, half of the ceiling was burning when I left.
This morning, families desperate for news of their loved ones who are missing. This community in the Swiss Alps struggling to comprehend the scale of this disaster. Nanny and her friends know people who didn't make it out of the bar and others who were badly burnt.
And just I can't believe that all this happened. It's very terrifying. It's shocking. I don't know how to feel. My heart is broken, literally.
Well, Swiss officials say it will take days to identify all of the victims who are from several different countries. Experts working at the scene behind me. This is a community in shock, as you can see. People coming to the scene right throughout the morning. And Switzerland's president saying lessons will be learned and describing this as one of the worst tragedies in this country's history. Mary?
Just horrific, Tom. Thank you. And now to a new era in New York City. Zohran Mamdani is sworn in as mayor on Thursday. The 34-year-old is the first Muslim and first person of South Asian descent to lead the nation's largest city. Aaron Katersky was there at the inauguration, and he joins us here now. Hey, Aaron, good morning.
And good morning to you, Mary. The new mayor's first act involved affordable housing, just part of an ambitious progressive agenda that Mamdani insists will set an example for the world.
This morning, the new mayor of New York is on the job.
I, Zohran Kwame Mamdani.
34-year-old Zohran Mamdani publicly sworn in as New York's first Muslim mayor, its youngest in a century, and first Democratic socialist.
To those who insist that the era of big government is over, hear me when I say this. No longer will City Hall hesitate to use its power to improve New Yorkers' lives.
Mamdani takes up the progressive mantle from two of its champions who were there in the audience, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Senator Bernie Sanders.
New York, thank you for inspiring our nation.
Now Mamdani is out to show an affordability agenda focused on the working class can thrive in America's wealthiest city.
There are many who will be watching. They want to know if the left can govern.
Mamdani's rise from political obscurity stunned the city and the country. He has already confounded expectations, charming President Trump during a visit to the White House.
I feel very confident that he can do a very good job. I think he is going to surprise some conservative people, actually, and some very liberal people. He won't surprise them because they already like him.
Trump and plenty of others have been skeptical, even hostile about the ascension of an untested novice. But Mamdani promised thousands of shivering supporters he would win them over with new ideas.
We will do something that New Yorkers do better than anyone else. We will set an example for the world.
And in his first moments as mayor, Mamdani revoked all of his predecessors' executive orders signed after September 26, 2024. That was the day former Mayor Eric Adams was indicted on federal corruption charges, and those were later dropped as part of a deal with the Trump administration. But Mamdani called it a moment when many New Yorkers decided that politics did not work for them. He's trying to change that.
And a new era begins. Aaron Kaczewski, thank you very much. We're going to turn now to the unrest in Iran as the largest nationwide protests in years turned deadly. Several people were reportedly killed amid mass demonstrations over worsening economic conditions. This as President Trump and a top Iranian security official exchanged threats over the protests. Maggie Rulli joins us from London with the latest. Maggie, good morning.
Hey, Will, good morning. Yeah, this morning, President Trump is now weighing in on those protests, posting, if Iran shoots and violently kills peaceful protesters, which is their custom, the United States of America will come to their rescue, adding that the U.S. is locked and loaded and ready to go. A top Iranian security official then warning that American interference would lead to the destruction of American interests. Now, it's been nearly a week of countrywide protests in Iran, and while they started over the economic crisis, partly caused by sanctions imposed by the UN and U.S., they've now spread in scope, with some university protesters shouting slogans like "Death to the Dictator." Malika.
Maggie, thank you. We turn now to the urgent search for answers in the killings of a dentist and his wife in their home in Columbus, Ohio. The two were found shot to death on Tuesday. Their two children, though, were unharmed. Ike Ajachi is here with the details on this tragic story. Good morning, Ike.
Good morning, Malika. This is a heartbreaking and mysterious case in Ohio. A well-known dentist and his wife found shot to death inside their home. Their two young children just steps away but unharmed. Police say they're working around the clock to find out who did it and why.
This morning, the urgent murder investigation after an Ohio dentist and his wife were found shot to death in their home, their two small children inside but unharmed. Police responding to the Columbus, Ohio residence of 37-year-old Dr. Spencer Tepe and his wife, 39-year-old Monique, around 9:30 a.m. Tuesday after his boss called in a welfare check when he didn't show up to work.
He is always on time. This is very out of character. And we can't get in touch with his wife, which is probably the more concerning thing.
Police knocking on the door, but no answer. About a half hour later, concerned friends showed up and called 911 again.
I can hear kids inside, and I swear I think I heard one yell, but we can't get in.
Moments later, a friend calling authorities back, saying he could see Spencer's body inside the home.
There's a body. He's laying next to his bed, off of his bed, in his blood.
The couple seen here in their 2021 wedding video. Police say this does not appear to be a murder-suicide, and there were no signs of forced entry. The murder weapon has not yet been recovered.
I know that's a lot of questions still out there. It's very early for us to try to answer those right now.
Investigators are now interviewing friends, family, and neighbors as they piece together the couple's final hours. Police say there's no suspect yet, and they're asking anyone with information to come forward. Mary?
And we are thinking of their family and their two small children this morning. Ike, thank you. And now to President Trump rolling back his own proposed tariff increases affecting everything from furniture to Italian pasta. Elizabeth Schulze is here with the latest and what it means for your wallet. Elizabeth, good morning.
Good morning, Mary. And this is the latest reversal from President Trump on his signature economic policy as many households grapple with high prices. The White House says that higher tariffs on furniture, kitchen cabinets, and vanity sets will be delayed. They were set to face tariffs as high as 50% on January 1st, Well, now they'll stay at 25% for 1 year. Still a significant increase that did take effect back in October. So tariffs are already contributing to higher furniture prices. Government data shows that households are paying nearly 5% more in the past year for living room, kitchen, and dining room furniture. And if you're renovating your home, there are still some hefty tariffs on building materials like steel and lumber. UBS says that if you add it all together, it adds nearly $9,000 to the cost of building a new home.
And also some good news for food lovers.
Yes.
The U.S. lowering tariffs on pasta?
Right. So the U.S. had proposed a 92% additional tariff on more than a dozen Italian pasta makers as part of a long-running investigation into their business practices. Well, those proposed tariff rates weren't quite cooked. They were al dente, you could say. Italy's foreign minister now says they'll be lowered to between 2 and 14%. We have, of course, already seen the Trump administration roll back tariffs on more than 200 foods like bananas, beef, and coffee as those prices have been spiking.
Back and forth we go. All right, Elizabeth, thank you very much for that. New Year's Day was wall-to-wall college football. 3 playoff quarterfinal games with some surprising results. Now the semifinals are set. 4 teams now, just 1 win away from the national title game. And Rhiannon Alley is just a few people away from me at the desk with all the details. Good morning.
Yes, new year, new shocker, guys. College football fans got exactly what they wanted. Fireworks all day, capped by a stunning Sugar Bowl upset.
Ole Miss is on to the college football playoff semifinal.
A full day of New Year's college football action ending with a sweet win for Ole Miss in the Sugar Bowl, beating the heavily favored Georgia Bulldogs. The Rebels taking a lead late in the fourth quarter.
Chambliss going for 13. He has it, and another touchdown.
But Georgia never giving up, tying things up with less than a minute on the clock.
Chambliss lobbing it up behind the defense.
And that was just enough time for quarterback Trinidad Chambliss to get Ole Miss in range for kicker Lucas Carnero.
Perfect snap, perfect hold, and never a doubt.
We put a lot of work over the whole year. And just executed. Our coaches put us in a great position, and we just balled out and had fun.
Ole Miss will now face off against Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. And in the highly anticipated Rose Bowl matchup between top-seeded Indiana and 9th-seed Alabama, Indiana's Heisman winner, Fernando Mendoza, leading his team to victory.
And Mendoza flips it. Easy pitch and catch. There's Omar Cooper Jr.
Bringing Indy to its first bowl game since 1991.
The Hoosiers hammer Alabama here in Pasadena and head to the semifinals.
They will be meeting up in the semifinals against the Oregon Ducks, who shut out Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl.
Our defense did an unbelievable job getting the ball back, and then our offense showed up when it mattered most there at the end of the game.
What a day. Let's go back to the chaotic final seconds of the Sugar Bowl, though. That post-game trophy celebration stage was rolled on and off the field multiple times because everyone was confused about the end of the game, but Ole Miss finally got their celebration. As I mentioned, they will now face Miami in the Fiesta Bowl.
And then we all find out who is going to be facing off in the finals. That's on January the 19th. Rhiannon, thank you so very much. But if you're thinking, well, we haven't gotten enough football into the show yet, don't you worry. Coming up, the NFL gearing up to kick off the final 4 games of the regular season. ESPN's Adam Schefter is here with all of the top storylines to watch. Hey, Adam.
Plus, the latest in medical advancements, how new cutting-edge technology, especially AI, could improve your health.
And new at 7:30, planes clipping wings on the tarmac at a major airport. What caused the contact?
There's a lot to play for in the final week of the NFL season. I feel like we need a man on the inside to break it all down. Who better than the ultimate insider, Adam Schefter? He's coming up in just a minute. GMA will be right back.
And welcome back to GMA. That's CMA Award winner Jelly Roll, the country music superstar, now talking about his nearly 300-pound weight loss journey and what inspired him to make that change. Just a remarkable transformation. That's coming up.
A really inspiring story from him. We do have some headlines to get to here at 7:30. We begin with no injuries reported after 2 jetliners clipped wings at Raleigh-Durham International Airport. According to Avelo Airlines, it happened as one of its planes was being towed. One wing touching, you see it there, a parked Southwest plane's tail. There was no one on either plane at the time. Also this morning, authorities in Amsterdam are trying to figure out what started this major fire at a church early New Year's Day. Stunned bystanders watched as part of the building collapsed. The spire was engulfed in flames. Authorities say firefighters put out the fire, and there is no further risk of collapse. Plus, some big news for tennis fans. The newly married Venus Williams making her Australian Open return. The 45-year-old Grand Slam champion earning a wild card entry into the tournament, marking the first time in 5 years that she's hit the court down under in Melbourne. The Australian Open begins January 12th, which you can watch right on ESPN. And take a look at this. A little rain at the 2026 Rose Parade didn't stop people. Yeah, just a little and or a ton. Didn't stop people from coming out to celebrate, though. The magic of Disney alive and well. Take a look at that special float. There's Mickey honoring the 250 years of the American spirit in all of us as the country gets ready to celebrate its big birthday this year.
And what better way to celebrate a big birthday than one of America's favorite pastimes, a little bit of football. How about we get to it? Because we got the final weekend of the NFL coming up, for the regular season at least, and incredibly, half of the league's division titles, all of them are still at stake, and 3 of them are going to be decided by head-to-head matchups. I think we need a preview, and that sounds like a job for the most plugged-in man in football, ESPN senior NFL insider Adam Schefter, who joins us now. Adam, good morning. I cannot wait to get into all of this. I think we probably should start with the NFC South. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the Carolina Panthers tomorrow on ABC and ESPN. As Tampa Bay, or rather as the Buccaneers and Panthers, the Panthers trying to get into the playoffs for the first time since 2017.
Well, listen, there's a big matchup here, and good morning to everybody there, and Happy New Year. The winner of this game, in all probability, will win the NFC South. If Carolina wins, it's the division champion. If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win, they still need help on Sunday from the New Orleans Saints, but that's a whole other story. The Buccaneers have been struggling. They've been playing as poorly as any team in the NFC, and yet here they are with a chance to win the division on Saturday and Sunday. The Carolina Panthers are a comeback story. Last year, Bryce Young benched. This year, he bounces back. Now Carolina has a chance to beat Tampa in Tampa to win the NFC South title, which would be quite a feat for that franchise.
It would be quite a feat. And also on Saturday on ABC and ESPN is the battle for the NFC West, Seattle at San Francisco. And there's even more at stake than just the division title.
Well, this is a marquee matchup on Saturday night, ESPN, ABC. The winner of this game, as you mentioned, Malika, not only wins the NFC West, but also becomes the #1 seed in the NFC, and therefore will have home field advantage. The 49ers are trying to get back a bunch of players from injuries. You see all the faces there that they've lost this year. Fred Warner's been out for the year. Nick Bosa's been out for the year. Brock Purdy's missed half the year, but the 49ers have a chance to win on their home field on Saturday night. And if they win there, they get to stay at home through the playoffs because the Super Bowl is in the same stadium that this game will be played Saturday night. The winner wins the division. The winner has home field advantage. The winner has a great opportunity. And Seattle has had a tremendous season, one of the very best defenses in the league, trying to shut down a very strong San Francisco attack.
Both of those teams have been great stories this season. And then Sunday night, Shefty, we've got a true winner-take-all, loser-leaves-town situation between the Ravens and the Steelers for the AFC North title.
And, Will, this is a game that is dripping with storylines because there is the issue of winning the division, and then there's the question of whether this will be Aaron Rodgers' last game in the National Football League. He said before the season that it would be his final season, though he certainly left open his options. This past week, you have 2 coaching legends, both who have been under pressure. Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh, John Harbaugh in Baltimore. You have the Pittsburgh Steelers missing their star wide receiver, DK Metcalf, who's serving the second game of a 2-game suspension for going into the stands and making contact with a fan. There are all kinds of storylines for one of the great rivalries in all of sports. It'll be the final regular season game this entire season. It will decide the AFC North, and there'll be huge consequences for however the game turns out.
Adam, I liked how you said dripping with storylines. So what else should we be watching on Sunday?
Well, one other storyline to watch would be in the AFC. We mentioned that the winner of Saturday night's game between Seattle and San Francisco will be the NFC's #1 seed. In the AFC, the Denver Broncos are 1 home win away from clinching the home field advantage in the AFC. It would be a huge feat for that franchise, which hasn't been to the playoffs in a while, at least won a playoff game in a while, hasn't hosted a playoff game in about 10 years. And this would be a huge feat for Denver to find a way to beat the Chargers, who have no incentive, by the way, on Sunday to play any of their regulars. They're not playing their starting quarterback. So essentially it is right there for the Broncos to put away the #1 seed in the AFC, and the Broncos will be 2 wins away from the Super Bowl.
Adam Schefter, you can start for our team any day. We appreciate you. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us here on GMA, my friend. And speaking of getting ready, Ginger, you have a forecast for the weekend for the football.
Yes, let's do it. So both games that I'm going to show you look really good weather-wise. We'll start in Tampa, where you could see an isolated shower. That'll come through. But temperature-wise, they're going to be comfortable, and you're going to see just some mix of sun and clouds. So that's not a terrible forecast with temperatures there in the 70s. You could see it come up right there. So comfortable after they were so chilly, right? So the warm-up is happening. And then a little different. The West Coast, you say, oh, haven't they had a ton of rain? Yes, but it looks mostly dry for that game for the 49ers there in Santa Clara. Temps in the mid-50s because that's a night game.
Okay. All right, Ginger, thank you for that. And you can see both games here on ABC and ESPN starting tomorrow, 4:15 Eastern.
Looking at what's ahead in 2026 for the world of medical innovation. Our medical correspondent, Dr. Darian Sutton, joins us. Happy New Year, Dr. Sutton. So let's start in the weight loss space because we know GLP-1s were such a big part of all the headlines in 2025, including Wegovy, the Wegovy pill being approved by the FDA. What can we expect here in 2026?
I think more groundbreaking research. Beyond what we've understood in terms of the benefits outside of weight loss for these GLP medications, we're learning more and more about benefits for cardiovascular disease and kidney disease. But I think obviously what people are most paying attention to is the weight loss. That seems to be the main point of why people are asking about these medications, and they have been game changers. Right now, what's currently available, you can assume about 15 to 20% of weight loss. Now, that's more than double what you would expect with just lifestyle changes. But with these new generations, upwards of 30% of weight loss for a 200-pound person, that's up to 60 pounds. And so that can be incredibly significant in terms of helping people to get their goals. But it's not just about finding more powerful medications. It's about finding more people that can get help. And I think that this pill will be a real game changer in terms of cutting down costs, reducing stigma, and helping people start and stay on this medication.
We've certainly been hearing a lot about these different weight loss drugs, and we've also been hearing a lot about artificial intelligence.
Yes.
And this is across industries, right? But in the medical field, can you help demystify how doctors are using this?
You know, this is fascinating for all physicians alike. And I think a lot of the research that goes into this, because there is research that has to understand what is clinically validated. You can't just bring things into the hospital and start using them. I think first off, starting with imaging analysis. We talk about this a little bit, but for example, with mammograms, it can be sometimes difficult for access to get that radiologist to be able to read that image. But now think of AI able to identify high-risk lesions that can then be directed to a human physician. I say human because you want to make sure to keep autonomy in this.
You still need you.
We're going to have to make sure we identify ourselves.
You are an emergency medicine doc, and so how is AI already changing what you do?
In terms of the burden of the emergency room, right now we are very much a safety net for the community. And so when you see a decrease in access in primary and specialty care, patients land in the ER, and time can be a really, really difficult thing to grab onto. So documentation is really big here. AI is helping to create programs that can help you with documentation. You might not know this. Yes, 90% of my shift is emergency room, hardcore, fast, let's go. But a lot of that is also documenting what exactly we experience. That's so important. So having a tool like this can help decrease that time and hopefully improve patient access time.
That would be a huge help. And I've had the opportunity to report on the advancements in brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, and a whole bunch of other medical tech, all these innovations and advancements. What should we expect going forward in this space?
When I talk to you about this, these are the most interesting conversations, I have to say, because the thought of your thoughts controlling a computer. Yes, people think about the future of sci-fi, but I think about the patients that can help, those suffering from paralysis, neuromuscular injuries. This is a long way to go in terms of clinical use. Right now, this is very much the research period, probably 3 to 5 years as we've seen. But beyond that, there's other innovations like brain implantation that can help with patients recovering from stroke. So when you look at these outcomes and the possibilities of rehabilitation, I think they're quite significant.
And how special is it to hear from folks who've been working with you and talking to you about the ability to find that connection, that human touch, something that they haven't been able to experience in years.
Now with our play of the day, only here on GMA, we have a first look at Sports Illustrated coveted Sports Person of the Year award. All right, well, give us some clues.
I have some for you here. He's an NBA champion, a finals MVP, a league MVP, and scoring champion, all before the age of 30.
That's amazing.
Here is our GMA exclusive reveal.
At just 27 years old,
SGA pulls up, elbow jumper, got it.
he's rapidly rising as one of basketball's greats.
Gilgeous-Alexander for three, and he drills it.
This morning, superstar Gilgeous-Alexander, guiding the Oklahoma City Thunder to the NBA's top record, is celebrating a new achievement, Sports Illustrated's 2025 Sportsperson of the Year.
It's a complete honor. Obviously, the list of individuals that have won it before have achieved amazing things in their respective field.
SGA, as he's known, following in the footsteps of other greats like Sugar Ray Leonard, Joe Montana, and Serena Williams. The humble 6'6" star sees this award as a validation of how he lives every day through sportsmanship and integrity.
To me, those are things that go beyond sports and who you are as a person in your community. I try to be a high character guy in every situation and lead by example through that.
The first Canadian-born NBA MVP crediting his mom Charmaine for instilling those values.
She just, growing up, always made sure that we understood that if we wanted something, we could achieve it, and there was no limits on our dreams. She did a great job of I guess, putting the head on our shoulders.
And although he's only one of 2 players in NBA history to win MVP, Finals MVP, and a scoring title by age 26, he still feels he has work to do.
That's one thing that doesn't change for me, regardless of the outcome, regardless of what I accomplish, the need for improvement. I just love getting better at the sport of basketball.
And for the kids.
Don't be afraid to dream big. Somebody has to win this award. Somebody has to be the next astronaut to go to the moon. Somebody has to be the next president. So why not you?
Why not you, indeed? Well done, SGA. He tells GMA he was a big reader of Sports Illustrated Kids when he was young. He would go to a shop after church every Sunday to read it. Here's the magazine. Malika, you know him pretty well. What a great guy he is.
A fantastic person, a fantastic dad as well, and now he gets to share this. He did this as a kid with his son, Aries, who's going to come into reading age in the next couple of years. How special is that?
Yep, he's going to want to frame this one. And the Sports Person of the Year issue, it looks like this. It is on newsstands on January 8th.
But coming up here, we are headed to Arkansas, the Bear State, for our 50 States in 50 Weeks tour with Ryan Houston from our affiliate KATV. Hey, Ryan.
Good morning. We are live here in Arkansas, and I can't wait to tell you all about it.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Flash floods and thunder snow. Roads flooded, cars submerged, people rescued. More rain on the way tonight as strong winds and lake effect snow slam the Northeast and thunder snow in Pennsylvania. Ginger is tracking the latest.
Plus, with flu cases on the rise from holiday gatherings and travel, why this new variant is so concerning and how to stay safe. Dr. Sutton is live.
Country star Jelly Roll.
Somebody save me.
Sharing the story behind his nearly 300-pound weight loss.
I was eating myself to absolute death.
How he did it, the moment he realized he was addicted to food, and his message for anyone who is struggling.
And we're headed to Arkansas this morning, home to the world-famous hot springs and music royalty Johnny Cash.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
This morning, go inside the magnificent Crater of Diamonds. We're live from the natural state, as they say.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Friday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Excited to get down to Arkansas in just a bit. Thank you for being with us on this Friday. It's great to kick off the weekend with Mary and Malika. It's been a great week with both of you. Lucky me, lucky us. Can't wait to take you down to the natural state.
And we have a great crowd down there this morning. Look at them. Arkansas is nicknamed the natural state because of all of its natural beauty, including the Crater of Diamonds. It really is one of the coolest places on earth. And Arkansas is the 25th state to join the union. So that means, guys, we are now halfway through our 50 states in 50 weeks.
We cannot wait for that. Already there. Lori B., our diamond, always puts a smile on our faces. But this morning, she has an extra special edition of The Right Stuff that will have your whole family's grin even brighter in 2026.
Looking forward to all of that. But first, a look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with Ginger because there is wicked weather all across the country this morning. Hello again, Ginger.
Hey, so Will, San Diego, California had more than 2 inches of rain in one day. And you say, okay, that doesn't sound that big, just a daily record. No, that's more than they get in the month of January. all in one day. And then Hesperia, California, you see where that led to issues along roads being collapsed, and also Sherman Oaks, where the mudslides were happening because of the heavy rain. So obviously this has been a long couple of weeks with the pattern this way. Now we've got those wind advisories, a lot more where that came from as we go through the weekend, especially in Northern California. That's where we anticipate some of the heavier totals, 4 to 6 inches, like a Eureka or Fort Bragg, and up in the mountains, 2 to 4 feet. Speaking of snow, not in mountains, but in lake effect snow zone, Buffalo, New York is now about average, but they've been getting snow. This is from this morning, so it's happening as we speak, and there's more where that came from. They've got a lake effect snow warning for 3 to 7 in total. And then it's chilly. My goodness, single-digit wind chills from Grand Rapids, Michigan through Detroit to Pittsburgh. They're at 13, and New York, we're starting the morning at 16. But Mary, things are looking up. By next week, if you need some mild air, the 40s coming to the East Coast.
We'll take that. That sounds good to us. Thank you, Ginger, so much. And now to the developing news on the tragic New Year's fire at a Swiss ski resort that left dozens dead and more than 100 injured. So let's go back to foreign correspondent Tom Soufi-Burridge. He's on the scene there in Switzerland. Good morning again, Tom.
Good morning, Mary. Yeah, you can see the tributes here. People have been coming to lay flowers and light candles, and just down the road, beyond the red and white barriers, is the Constellations Bar. And around 40 young people are believed to have been killed in that inferno. Video showing the bar's ceiling on fire, the flames quickly spreading. And we now have multiple eyewitness accounts from survivors who say giant celebratory sparklers were carried on bottles of champagne through the bar and held very close to the ceiling just before it was set alight. Now, around 115 people were injured in the blaze. Officials here say most of them are in a critical condition in hospital. One survivor telling me people trapped inside were smashing windows. Now, Swiss officials say it is too early to determine the cause of the fire. They say it will take days to identify all the victims from several different countries. Switzerland's president saying lessons will be learned and calling it the worst tragedy, one of the worst tragedies in this country's history. Now, guys, the atmosphere really is heavy this morning, and this is a community in the Swiss Alps in real shock and mourning. Malika?
Tom, so many people, many of them young folks, still fighting for their lives. Thank you very much for that update. We turn now to a GMA health alert, the nationwide flu threat, especially after all the gatherings after the holidays. It's a good thing that Dr. Sutton is back. Dr. Sutton, thank you again for being here. So a lot of us, we're heading back home. Our kids are heading back to school. What's the most important thing to know about these new flu numbers?
That the flu is out there. When you look at these numbers, it is more likely that you're going to be exposed to the flu, so you just have to prepare. And these numbers, not only are they grand in terms of the totals, but the rate of change is significant. That 81,000 hospitalization rate, that's a 65% increase compared to the week prior. So you can understand how during a heavy flu season, which this season is proving to be that because all of our numbers are higher than where they were this time last year, you can understand how that number can go over 500,000 patients per year affected, hospitalized by the flu. Nearly 20 states with a high or very high title. Again, so important to understand that your risk of exposure is high, so you must protect yourself.
Okay, so with those numbers going up, let's say you were around an aunt who was coughing, an uncle who was maybe a little bit sick.
Yes.
What do you do now that you've been exposed?
Or a toddler who's climbing around you like
Sure.
you're your own jungle gym. I've experienced that myself, and I've gotten that phone call where it says, hey, so-and-so has gotten the flu, and then you say to yourself, oh, all right, what do you do next? You can expect for flu symptoms after exposure to start within 1 to 4 days, but for most it's about day 2. So that 48 hours is where you want to prepare. You want to grab a rapid flu test at your local CVS, Walgreens, your local pharmacy, and then talk to your provider about medications if you are higher risk, if you're over the age of 65, if you're pregnant, if you have children under the age of 5, or if you have an immune compromising condition, because Tamiflu can help as a prophylaxis. And what that means is that you can take that before your symptoms start to reduce your severity of symptoms. But again, your vaccination is going to be the highest level of protection. So if you're not positive for that test, go out and get vaccinated.
Very good advice there.
Yeah, important strategies there. Doctor, thank you so much as always. And coming up in our GMA morning menu, the story behind country music superstar Jelly Roll's health transformation. The moment he knew he needed help and what he did to change.
And also ahead, America the Beautiful heads to Arkansas. This morning we will take you inside the beautiful Crater of Diamonds.
Well, Lori B is going to have us here shining like diamonds with the right stuff, products to make your whole family smile a little bit brighter.
And Lacey Chabert is here in studio telling us all about her trip to paradise in her new rom-com. All that and more coming up right here on GMA. Welcome back to GMA. A little programming note for all of next week. We're taking a look at family money matters, from teaching kids about finances to paying for childcare. A lot to look forward to there. Really important stuff.
Yeah, lots to unpack there. And now to our GMA cover story. Country star Jelly Roll opening up about his nearly 300-pound weight loss. Rhiannon Alley is here with a look at his journey. Good morning again, Rhiannon.
Yes, good morning, guys. Jelly Roll's life has really been a masterclass in reinvention. From drug dealer to country music star, he has defied expectations. He's known for his honesty, and while fans love him at any size, his recent weight loss journey was about reclaiming his mind, health, and future.
Somebody save me.
He's known for the open and honest lyricism in his music. Oftentimes about his struggles and fears. Part of the reason why today he is one of country music's biggest stars. And now Jelly Roll's signature vulnerability on display once more, this time about his weight. Jelly Roll today down a whopping 275 pounds and the cover star of Men's Health. Jelly Roll's journey here, captured in a new documentary short, A Year for a Life.
I was killing myself, literally. I mean, I was eating myself to absolute death.
The film follows a year of transformation for the performer.
I wish I could bottle what I'm feeling right now up and give it to everybody who's struggling out there. It is special, it's different, and it really came through food and exercise. It came through just being willing to pound the pavement and get my heart rate up.
His workouts, from boxing to push-ups to running stairs at arenas, all pushing him toward a healthier lifestyle.
We really wanted to get to the root of what was driving this desire for transformation. So once we started to have that conversation, we really began to understand his why, which was his relationship with food and what he came to think of as a food addiction.
Here I was going into my 40s at 500 and some pounds, and I think I was just trying to find my way into whatever I could. And I think what I was doing was I felt so misunderstood that I was closet eating the whole time.
We were really compelled by that because I think that's something that a lot of our audience can relate to. I think it's an area of science that's still emerging as far as understanding and addressing it. And we thought this was a perfect vehicle to collaborate with Jelly to understand the mechanics of this food addiction and to get under the hood, so to speak, of how he's going to transform his body. We talked to his trainers, his nutritionists, his various medical advisors, people in his family, and we follow him over the course of the year. And he opens up the doors to us to follow him on this path through the setbacks, through the challenges, through the days when it's really, really hard and you don't want to do this. But he perseveres. And I think ultimately that's what we learned from the film, is that everybody's journey is different. But by understanding that it's maybe not a straight line, that there is no one right way to do it, ultimately you can get to where you want to go.
It is not a straight line. That full article is online now, and the documentary is available on Men's Health's YouTube channel. And Jelly Roll admits many people think he took GLP-1 medication to lose some of that weight. While he has nothing against it, he says he did not use any to drop nearly 300 pounds, and he wanted to show people it was possible to do it without them. Guys.
Such an inspiring transformation,
Yeah.
really.
So happy.
Rhiannon, thank you. And now Will Gans is here, so it's time for Pop News.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys smell that? Do you? Yeah, that's the scent of Avatar Fire and Ash smoking the competition at the box office over the New Year's holiday. The third movie in the Avatar franchise, bringing fans back to the world of Pandora, sitting in the #1 spot once again, bringing in over $8 million on New Year's Eve alone. This brings Avatar's global box office total to $860 million. And speaking of impressive milestones, the phenomenon that is Zootopia 2 has officially become Disney's highest grossing animated film ever, surpassing Frozen 2. Zootopia 2 and Avatar Fire and Ash are both in theaters right now. And the cool thing about both of these headlines, though, is that the domestic box office this year looks like it'll be up 2% compared to last year. Not a major leap, but that is welcome news for those of us who love seeing movies in the theater and hope that those movie theaters aren't going
and I
anywhere.
know James Cameron told me he was really hoping to see some improvement, if any, and a little bit.
There it is.
We'll take it.
I think
You're saying there's a
it was
chance.
you with
We're
all those dots
forecasting
on you. That's what saved the theater. Yes. More Ginger motion capture in 2026. All right, and in TV news this morning, Marvel is gearing up for an impressive 2026. We have to wait until December, yes, for Avengers Doomsday, but in just a few weeks, Emmy winner Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is taking up the mantle as Wonder Man, a series about an actor auditioning to play a superhero, and the new trailer just dropped. Take a look.
a superhero remake. Not exactly what we'd expect from an Oscar-winning director.
This is the role. It's everything. If I get this close and I miss,
I'm gonna need you to sign this to confirm you don't have superpowers.
Yeah.
Okay, so fans are loving the casting, the premise, a Marvel series about Marvel fatigue, and even the way the actors Yahya and Oscar winner Ben Kingsley stay in character during red carpet interviews about the series. Wonder Man begins streaming on Disney Plus on January 27th.
I'll watch that.
I love this storyline. I think it's very cool.
Very genius. I mean, Marvel has this cool thing. They did it with WandaVision also, where it's like about what you're watching, you know, a TV show about TV, you know.
I get it.
Yes, thank you. All right, also this morning, the New Year's resolutions are going strong here as runners around the country gear up for Walt Disney World's Marathon Weekend, a tradition going back over 3 decades after first taking place in January 1994. And this year, GMA will have a front row seat to the annual event where runners can take on the 5K, 10K, half marathon, or full marathon races. There are even some incredible athletes preparing to complete what's called the Dopey Challenge, running all 4 events in 4 days across the parks. I will be lacing up for my first ever Run Disney event, not the Dopey Challenge, just Pluto's Sci-Fi 5K to bring everyone in on the action. Before that, though, we can exclusively reveal this year's line of Brooks running shoes that they created in collaboration with Run Disney. I am wearing right now the Chip and Dale sneakers that fans can get in on the action. Look, you'll see on the back they have Chip and Dale. How cute is that?
Yeah. One is red and one is black.
Yes, exactly.
And it's like fuzzy on the side.
Right. It comes with a cool little fur element. I guess fans can get these shoes in person next week during Run Disney's Health Expo. I'll be live from Disney World next Thursday with so much more. And if you want to check out the 2026 Run Disney race schedule to get in on the fun, check out GMA's Instagram right now.
Have you been training for the 5K?
Well, on New Year's Eve, I ran the 4 mile in Central Park. So that was like a balmy 25 degrees. So I think Orlando will have much more friendly running weather. Yep. Yes. Very excited for that. Now it's time for the great Christmas tree debate. When do you take down your holiday decor? It's no surprise to anyone here. The internet has lots of opinions on the date. There's a big contingent on TikTok who say taking down the decorations as soon as after dinner on Christmas Day is acceptable.
Immediately?
Yeah. Or December 26th. Some people say that's an acceptable thing to do. On the other side of the debate are the folks that think Christmas cheer should stay up until January. Or if you go on traditional religious teachings, the Christmas holiday lasts until the Epiphany, which is January 6th. What do you guys think?
Well, we know Mary's has been taken down.
I say take it down when you have the time.
I think we do it really fast because my husband can't wait to vacuum. Like
there you go.
Why
don't you just give him another room to vacuum?
Send him to
And then the question becomes, how long do you say Happy New Year? Does that go all the way through
It's
the
the
end?
first time you see someone in the new year. Could be July. Who knows? Thank you, Will, so much. Pop News Extravaganza, great way to end the week.
Now to the right stuff. You want to start your 2026 the right way with a big, beautiful smile. And that's why Lori B is here, because you see that smile? She has some tips and some picks for us here about your dental hygiene. Hey, Lori.
Hi, good morning, guys, and Happy New Year to the both of you.
Happy New Year.
So yeah, we're going to kick things off with the flouse, which is honestly something I wish I had invented. It is an electric flosser. For so many of us, for so many years, flossing is a problem, right? It's a habit that every dentist is like, please pick up this.
I'm so proud when I do it.
Right?
Like,
And they say good job, and you say
put a tally on there.
Exactly. You want a trophy. But now you can get a floss, guys. This will really help with consistency. This is actually made by a team of dentists and engineers. What's great about it is it's reusable, it's rechargeable, it comes with a 2-month battery life, and 45 of these minty flossers. It has 18,000 sonic vibrations per minute, so you're really able to get in there and floss. You can even get, this is why I'm like, why didn't somebody think of this sooner? You're able to get to the back of your mouth because of this nice ergonomic handle.
Nice.
And you don't have to worry about just kind of the uncomfortableness of getting back there.
Makes
you know
it
what I
all
mean?
easier.
It does, it really does. And in doing so, you're gonna reduce your risk of gingivitis, you're gonna have less inflammation, so it's a win all around.
And fresh breath.
Now, there is
fresh
really,
breath.
once you've gone to electric toothbrush, there's really no going back.
It's so true, Ginger.
And you've got it for every budget?
Every budget. So, dentists will say a manual toothbrush does get the job done, but If you level up to an electric toothbrush, it takes all the guesswork out of it, right? So it gives you the consistent motion, the consistent time, and the pressure that you're supposed to be using. Because some of us, I don't know about you guys, but I brush so hard.
Yes, same.
My toothbrush looks flayed at the end. Like, I'm just like, what happened to that toothbrush? So I am definitely a big believer. These are from Philips Sonicare. So this one here uses the sonic technology. So it's all of those rotation on that brush. That's really gonna get into every single nook and cranny. This is their Protective Clean, available at Target. It's around $65. And then if you want to level up to their next level, this one here, it's model, I believe it's 7300, their Expert Clean.
Nice.
This is going to be really great for your gum health. And also you can use an app that shows your progress. And that really, you're like, do I really need an app to brush your teeth? America, yes, you do. Because if you want to save on those dental bills as you're moving into the new year, and we all do, that's going to really give you that day-to-day upkeep that just your own, you just don't know as well as like a dentist does, and this tracks it for you.
So we have
it's incredible.
every budget here. What about every age group?
Yeah, so if you're a kid and you're starting age 3 and up, this is from Oral-B. It's their battery operated brush. It's $7.97.
Nice.
So it's really affordable for families, right? And this one, you can see it has Spider-Man on it. And you can use this one with a free app on Oral-B. It's their Disney Magic Timer. I don't know, Ginger, if your kids have used this. My kids basically learned how to brush with this because everything I was trying to teach them went in one ear and right out the other one.
It does.
But
It's the time.
But if they could see like, oh, I get to stay, and like it gamifies the whole process for them, so that's great. This Vitality Floss Action, we got these at Walmart. This one is great because as your kids get older, you can swap out the brush heads and make them bigger. So they kind of grow with your child. Again, it's one of those things where you spend one time and you save as time goes on. And these are really great for fighting plaque, which in essence will fight cavities.
And you brought in some purple toothpaste?
Yeah, so we found this Moon toothpaste at Ulta. It has over 140 million views on TikTok. Why is it purple? I'm about to tell you. So think about the color wheel. Purple sits opposite from yellow. So that means it cancels out and neutralizes any of those stains. Yeah, Eddie's impressed. So I want to be clear, this is not like a standard whitener. It doesn't have peroxide in it, doesn't have carbamide peroxide or hydrogen peroxide. What it does is it's like an optical illusion. So it just really brightens and keeps your teeth looking stain-free for about 6 hours. But people on TikTok say it works instantly, and so that's why they love it. If you do want to whiten your teeth, you guys, you know this, right? The gold standard Crest 3D white strips. This has hydrogen peroxide, which is what dentists use to whiten your teeth. In 45 minutes, you guys, you put those on, you can sip, you can talk, you can live your life, you can watch GMA and have whiter teeth at the very end.
There you go. All right, so these are going to be coming home with me then. Lori, thank you so much for making all of our smiles brighter. You can shop these products on our website. You can scan that code and make sure you can check all of them out to get your smile brighter. And coming up here on GMA, Linsey Davis, she tells us about her new Hallmark romantic comedy. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Good Morning America.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
Welcome back to GMA. What a treat this is. We're so excited to bring our next guest here. She was so fetch in Mean Girls, and now she's starring in the new romantic comedy Lost in Paradise. Please give a warm welcome to Linsey Davis. It is so great to be with you here on the couch. We've been excited about it all morning, and you've got this movie Lost in Paradise coming up, and it's about a fashion executive and a chef. They get stuck on a deserted island. You shot this movie entirely on location in Fiji. What was that whole experience like?
It was magical. I mean, the most incredible people, so kind, so welcoming. When we got there, out of the van, just getting to the hotel, they welcomed us with this beautiful, it was almost like a ceremony and the song, and it was just the kindest people. And the first day I showed up on set, we had to climb a rope on the side of a mountain to get to our set. I was like, okay, this one's gonna be an adventure. But just the most incredible experience. Dustin Reichert directed it with Synthetic Cinema, and I was so thankful that Hallmark allowed us to make this. And Ian Harding, my wonderful co-star, I mean, we're on the beach. You know, it has the heart and the comedy and the romance that everyone wants in a Hallmark movie, but also has a real sense of adventure. And, you know, I feel like it's just, the scope of it is so big, and we get to take the audience with us on this trip.
Well, you set it up perfectly. Let's take a look at a clip.
More than anything right now, we just need to remain calm. Are you all right? Okay, if I turn around and I see like a squirrel,
I'm going to be honest, I don't do snakes. And when I showed up on set and there were not one, but 5 snakes, I was busy counting them the entire time. I was like, I'm keeping my eye on all of you. But I actually faced my fear and I ended up holding a snake by the end of the day. I mean, it's not something I need to do again.
No,
you've done it.
I'm climbing ropes, I'm putting sticks.
Yeah. So Lacey, you have starred in more than 40 Hallmark films. Just wonderful to see that it keeps going. We love seeing you in all of them. But why does Hallmark still work for everyone?
You know what? I think I personally love it. There's a guaranteed happy ending. And I think now more than ever to do something that just exemplifies the hope that we can find in community and in relationships with each other. I think it's a beautiful thing and I'm honored to be a part of it.
And if I understand this right, you already have another one in the works for next Christmas, and this one you're about to go shoot at Disney World. And I think we have a little throwback here, a picture of you when you were down there when you were younger. I hope we have this. Oh, there we go. What would a younger Lacey think about all of this?
Oh my goodness. Younger me is in absolute awe that this is my life and that I've had the chance to live out so many dreams. It's such a blessing. And, you know, being there, just shooting the promo for that movie when I walked out and I was in my princess dress, you know, and I saw the castle all lit up, I honestly started crying because it just touched my heart so deeply. Disney World is and Disneyland, it has such special memories for me and my family. And it's, you know, it's not all the time in life that we get to be in touch with our inner child and feel like a kid again. And that's the feeling I get when I'm there. So I am literally on my way to finish filming that movie, and that will be next Christmas for Hallmark Channel. And I'm just so excited about it.
There's so many projects that you have coming up here that we all cannot wait to see. But you were telling us as you were walking in today, some of our crew, people on the street, they all stop you with lines from Mean Girls, right? They say how fetch something is. Hey, well. I'm curious, though, if you could settle a debate that we all were having a little bit earlier. Is Mean Girls, because you got the Christmas scene, is it a Christmas movie?
Okay, I feel like you're going to get me in trouble with this one. But I don't think it's a Christmas movie because I think it covers like all of the holidays. It's a whole school year. But I do feel like Jingle Bell Rock was kind of foreshadowing my future.
Yeah, the fact that October 3rd is the major date that everyone still quotes now, right? It's October 3rd.
You still know
that makes it not a Christmas movie.
I barely knew the dance then, so I was the weakest link on the team for sure. But I definitely don't remember it now. But what a fun movie! And I mean, your biggest hope as a performer is that people will resonate with what you are a part of creating. So it means the world.
You were fetched then, and you're fetched now.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you.
Right, Lacey, it's such a pleasure to have you here. Great to see you.
So good to see you.
Wishing you a very happy New Year. It's not too late to say that,
no,
right?
No, all week long. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, it was a pleasure. And Lost in Paradise premieres tomorrow on the Hallmark Channel.
The next stop in 50 states in 50 weeks, celebrating our nation's 250th anniversary, Arkansas. We are getting a look inside one of the state's top destinations with Ryan Houston from our affiliate KATV. Good morning again, Ryan.
Good morning, Mary. So from horse racing to mountain climbing to even searching for diamonds, there is so much to do in the great state of Arkansas. Take the Crater of Diamonds State Park. It's a top tourist destination. People come from all over for their chance to walk away with their diamond in the rough.
Diamonds shine bright across pop culture, like Rihanna said. Diamonds are a crown jewel, and diamonds are a girl's best friend. Just ask Vivian in Pretty Woman. That's why people come from all over to Crater of Diamonds State Park in Murfreesboro, Arkansas.
It's a wonderful adventure for guests to come and search for diamonds and try their chances at finding one.
This 37-acre crater used to be a volcano, which brought the diamonds to the Earth's surface. Now, upwards of 180,000 people have come to find that diamond in the rough, learning several techniques to try and get a diamond of their own. Since the park's opening in 1972, over 37,000 diamonds have been found.
Hey, good morning, America.
Like Noreen Redberg from California.
I found a yellow 4.38 carat diamond. I had a local gemologist design a pendant for it.
Will Barnett and his son Marshall from Arizona, who dug for over 3 hours before striking.
It was one of the best things that I think I have ever found.
We've had some very widely varying estimates. Somebody I think might have been trying to buy it from us for about $1,500. And then another gemologist was saying it could be up to $15,000.
Kevin Kennard had been visiting since the 2nd grade, but in 2020, he found a 9-carat.
It was set into a 18-carat white gold with another 1 carat of diamonds. So I've got one of the largest cut diamonds from Arkansas.
But it might not be so easy.
We have some people that come out here almost on a daily basis and ask them what the odds are. A lot of them would tell you you typically have to process 100 buckets of material to find. So I want to encourage people, come for the adventure. That's the cake. If you find one, or you find some of our other semi-precious jewels like amethyst and peridot and garnets and things like that. Again, all those are great finds.
And even if you don't find anything, you can't beat the experience, and it's only $15 for adults. Another top tourist attraction here in Arkansas is the Oakline Horse Track, and I'm joined now by the track owner, Louis Sella. Louis, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So if you would talk to us about why the road to the Triple Crown starts here at Oakline.
Well, it really does start here, and you see the horses behind me, they're working out. But before American Pharoah or Zenyatta or the great Torpedo Anna became Horse of the Year, they had to race here first and prove themselves. Before Mystic Dan won the Kentucky Derby, he had to prove himself here. And before Whitmore became a champion sprinter in winning a Breeders' Cup race, he had to pick a race here. And so we really are a proving ground and the stepping stone to racing.
Louis, how did you, really quickly as we close, how did you get into the business of horse racing?
Well, I'm very fortunate. I'm the 4th generation guy here for the Oakland. My great-grandfather built it in 1904. We're the oldest family in racetrack management. And through the various generations, we've seen the growth of Oakland from simple live racing to simulcast racing to instant racing. And now we're Oakland Racing Casino Resort with a Forbes-rated hotel and restaurants and a casino. So we have a little bit of everything, including the best racing in America.
Well, Louis, thank you so much for all that you do for us here in Arkansas. And that's it for now. We'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Ryan and Louis, for giving us some good reasons to race on down to Arkansas. And coming up on July 4th, all of Disney, including right here on ABC and Disney Plus with ESPN and Nat Geo, FX and Freeform, and so much more. We will all be joining together on July 4th for a television event that's never been done before. It's America's 250th birthday, and we'll have a 24-hour non-stop live national celebration. Disney celebrates America 250. You'll see it all right here on July 4th on ABC and Disney Plus. Now let's get back over to Ginger.
And speaking of Disney, we are about to welcome a special guest in the studio just in time to celebrate a milestone for the hit Disney Junior show, Marvel's Spidey and His Amazing Friends. And just as Spider-Man got his start in comics, Marvel has created a special comic book to commemorate the 100th episode of Spidey and His Amazing Friends. The show follows the adventures of Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy, and Miles Morales as they team up with superheroes to learn teamwork is the best way to save the day. Here's an exclusive look at the 100th episode.
We've got to catch them and get Billy's treasure chest back. Gobby, Rhino, stop! They're too far away. Give us back that treasure chest!
No way! It's ours, and all the precious treasures inside of it, too!
They have no idea it's just a yo-yo, a rubber duck, and an acorn. They think it's real treasure. Well, it's real to Billy, and we've got to get it back. We will. Gobby's not the only one with a ship. It's Spidey Pirate time!
Oh, my kids were obsessed with that show. Let's bring out Spidey himself. Everybody just got very excited to see you. So your Do the Spidey dance is a hit. Are you teach me some of those moves? Yeah? Hit the music. Right. Up. Hey. So it's just the every other. All right, well, make sure you tune in to the 100th episode of Marvel's Spidey and His Amazing Friends on Saturday, January 10th on Disney Plus. You can stream the first 4 seasons right now, and season 5 will be debuting later this year. Thank you, Spidey. I'm going to keep working on the moves. And now to a healthy start to the new year. More and more people are adding strength training to their fitness routines. But if you are not sure how to get started, we have wellness expert Liz Paulser here to help. We are so happy to have you. I'm so happy to have the whole group here because I'm not working out alone, but I am going to partake in this. Before we get started in the workout, tell us why strength training is especially good for all ages.
So strength was one of the biggest trends we saw in fitness coming off of last year. According to the Strava Year in Sport report, everyone is picking up weights, and I love to see it because strength keeps us healthy, keeps us balanced, keeps us strong into our years. And connection and being social over fitness was another huge trend, which is why we've got some friends here with us.
And I know that it doesn't always require weights because a lot of people are like, listen, I don't have a ton of different weights at home, but you can use body weight.
Absolutely, you can get an awesome workout just with your own body weight, and I'm going to show you exactly how.
Okay, let's get moving. What's the first one?
Okay, so we're gonna begin with slow squats. So you're just feet hip width apart, bending down.
Yep.
Now the key here is that you're doing 3 seconds down and 3 seconds up. Keep your chest nice and strong.
Yes.
That is called time under tension, and that's a great way to stimulate all those muscles and to build strength.
And really sit back, right?
That's right, get that booty back, almost like you're sitting in a chair. As we get older, particularly as women, we start to lose bone density as well as muscle mass. Some estimates say 3 to 8% a year. Strength training is the best tool we have to counteract that.
And so once we've done our lower body, we got to get into the upper body.
Yes.
Tell me why it's important to get and how we can do this really easily.
So push-ups are one of my all-time favorite moves.
Says no one.
Says no one. I love them. The trainer in me loves them. Now, they're great for any entry point. You are doing a full one, which is incredibly impressive. You can also do it all the way from your knees. Just get those knees back. Your form is excellent, Ginger. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. I've been working on it.
Keeping it straight from your heels all the way up to your head. No sway in your hips at all. It's looking so strong and good. So push-ups work really every muscle group in our body, including our core. But it's great for shoulder mobility and health, and also just keeping our joints nice and healthy as we age.
And I know it has helped so much when you train knees first.
That's
that
it.
helped me to get to that point.
That's
to be able
right.
To do that.
Everybody can win. There's an entry point for everybody. Start at your knees, start against a wall, even use a stool and do incline push-ups, and then build up from there.
Okay, so let's do partnership.
Okay, I love this. Yes, it's all about getting a buddy involved. That was one of the big trends this year. People like making new friends who have similar interests. So we've already warmed up with those squats. Face your partner, and then come down into squat. You don't have to go as slow. And then at the top, let's high five it. We have a good high five.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Strong
so
high
opposite
five.
palm. Yep. And if you're doing this on your own, just grab a set of weights and you can lift them up overhead.
Okay, now there's more with partner. You have a second
We
move?
do. We have one more partner move. All right, so this one is actually going to be a pulling move. We just did push-ups to work. I've got a towel for you. All you need is a towel, just one little prop. So you're gonna grab it with, same side. We're gonna look at each other again, and it's almost like a tug of war.
Okay.
These are
and
row
is it a
pulls.
row?
Yeah, so you're getting your upper delts, your upper back, and this is great for all of us who are hunched over computers and our cell phones all day long.
Yeah.
Pull it tight, and then you can loosen, and then we can switch sides.
Oh, so it's just like
if you go falling, that's part of the fun. And
Pulling it right
just
up her
laugh
feet.
with it. It doesn't have to be serious.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun with our
But
fitness
back
this
and
year.
forth like that, right? Like in a
You're
little
very strong.
isometric.
Yeah, just
So
exactly.
good. Okay, now she pulled me off my feet. All right, coming up. Thank you for being here. Thank you, and great job, everybody. I love that. Just that little bit to get you started. My heart rate's already up. It's that easy. Coming up, we're going to head back to Arkansas to see the best that the natural state has to offer.
Welcome back to GMA with more of our 50 States in 50 Weeks. We head back to Arkansas. Ryan Houston from our affiliate KATV is back. Hi, Ryan.
Good morning. Arkansas is the 25th state in the union, and it's rich in natural beauty. It played a meaningful role in U.S. history, and it's the home to several famous faces.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
That's Johnny Cash, just one of the notable country music stars born here in Arkansas.
Because you're mine, I walked the line.
And from old school to new,
Save me the trouble.
Shay Mooney of Dan and Shay.
Save me the trouble, baby.
Our 42nd president, Bill Clinton, was born here too, along with sitcom TV's favorite butler, Daniel Davis, known for his quick wit and cheeky take on a British accent.
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly. I swore I wouldn't say a word. Read this.
Can't forget famous author John Grisham, known for his best-selling legal thrillers. Before the 25th state came into the Union in 1836, Arkansas, a Confederate state during the Civil War. But in 1957, a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement when the Little Rock Nine paved the way for desegregation in schools. Arkansas is nicknamed the Natural State, and rightfully so. A destination for outdoor adventure, from its natural hot springs to the mountain biking capital of the world in Bentonville, and canoeing down America's first national river, the Buffalo National River. Arkansas is an outdoor enthusiast playground.
Well, Northwest Arkansas is also home to some very big Fortune 500 companies like Walmart and Tyson Foods, but the region likes to keep a local innovative feel. The Chamber of Commerce in Bentonville says that local businesses make up 95% of local establishments. Back to you.
All right, Ryan, thank you so much for joining us here from Arkansas. We appreciate you. Thank you to all of our friends down in the great state of Arkansas, and thank you for watching.
And on Monday, our friend Joe Buck will be here after the final weekend of the regular NFL season.
Have a nice weekend, everybody.
Bye.